Welcome back to RayPPLE Updates, the place where inspiring stories touch your heart and remind us of the power of kindness, gratitude, and the human spirit. If you love stories that leave you teary-eyed and motivated, you are in the right place. Today's story is one that proves no act of kindness ever goes unnoticed, and how a simple gesture can ripple across decades to create something truly extraordinary. Once upon a time, in a small, humble town, there lived a teacher named Mr. Jonathan Reed. Mr. Reed was known for his patience, wisdom, and above all, his unwavering dedication to his students. He believed that education was more than just lessons in the classroom. It was about shaping hearts and minds, instilling hope, and showing students that they mattered. Among his students was a young boy named Michael. Michael came from a struggling family. His father had passed away when he was very young, and his mother worked tirelessly as a seamstress to provide for him and his younger siblings. Despite their poverty, Michael was bright, kind, and exceptionally hardworking. But life's challenges were relentless, and every day was a battle to simply make ends meet. One chilly autumn morning, Michael came to school wearing worn-out shoes. They were tattered, with holes forming at the toes, and he would sometimes struggle to tie the laces because the fabric was so frayed. Other students occasionally teased him, though Michael always brushed it off with a shy smile. He didn't complain because he didn't want to burden anyone. Mr. Reed noticed Michael's shoes immediately. He had taught long enough to recognize when a child was in need, even if they didn't openly ask for help. That afternoon, after class had ended, Mr. Reed called Michael aside. "Michael," he said gently, "I think you need new shoes. Come with me after school." Michael's eyes widened in surprise. He had never expected a teacher to take such a personal interest in his life, and the thought of receiving shoes seemed almost unbelievable. That evening, Michael walked out of the small store carrying a brand new pair of shoes, polished and perfect, feeling a mixture of awe, gratitude, and embarrassment. He wanted to thank Mr. Reed properly, but he couldn't find the words. Instead, he simply smiled and whispered, "Thank you, sir, I'll never forget this." That small act of kindness stayed with Michael through the years. He often thought about that moment during difficult times, when exams seemed impossible, when he struggled to pay for school supplies, or when life seemed overwhelming. Mr. Reed's generosity became a symbol of hope for him, a reminder that even in a world filled with hardships, there were people who genuinely cared. Michael worked harder than ever in school. He focused on his studies with determination and pursued every opportunity he could find. Scholarships, part-time jobs, and late-night studying became his routine. Despite his family's financial struggles, Michael excelled academically. He knew that education was his path to a better life, and he refused to let his circumstances define him. Years passed, and Michael grew into a confident, ambitious young man. He earned a scholarship to a prestigious university and later launched a successful career in the world of business and entrepreneurship. Michael never forgot the people who had helped him along the way, and Mr. Reed's act of kindness remained one of the most important lessons of his life. 2 decades after that autumn afternoon, Michael had achieved what many could only dream of. He had built a successful company that spanned multiple countries and had accumulated wealth far beyond his childhood imagination. But amidst all his success, Michael remained grounded. He remembered the humble classroom, the worn-out shoes, and the teacher who had believed in him when no one else could. One day, Michael decided it was time to show his gratitude in a way that matched the magnitude of what he had received all those years ago. He arranged a surprise visit to Mr. Reed. But he didn't just plan to visit like an ordinary former student. Michael wanted to make a statement about the power of gratitude, generosity, and the human connection that can transcend decades. When Mr. Reed arrived at the school that morning, he was greeted by the sight of a sleek, magnificent private jet parked on the runway nearby. Michael stepped out, dressed impeccably, his eyes twinkling with the joy of seeing his former teacher after so many years. Mr. Reed was stunned. He had expected a phone call, a meeting, maybe even a lunch invitation. But this was beyond anything he could have imagined. "Michael," Mr. Reed said, his voice shaking. I don't know what to say." Michael smiled warmly. "You don't have to say anything, sir. I just wanted you to know that your kindness changed my life. That one act, those shoes you gave me, made me believe that I could overcome anything. I owe my success, in part, to your belief in me." Mr. Reed was overwhelmed. The years had been kind to him, but nothing could have prepared him for this moment. He had always hoped that Michael would succeed, but to witness the magnitude of that success firsthand was deeply moving. Michael extended an invitation. "Come with me, sir. Let's take a flight together. There's a lot I want to show you." Hesitant yet curious, Mr. Reed followed. As the jet soared into the sky, Michael shared stories of his journey, how he had struggled, how he had worked tirelessly, and how the memory of a simple pair of shoes had motivated him through the darkest times. Throughout the flight, Mr. Reed listened, captivated. He realized that what seemed like a small act of kindness had created a ripple effect, one that had transformed not just Michael's life, but the lives of countless people Michael would go on to help through his success. When they landed, Michael led Mr. Reed to a new school building, a state-of-the-art facility that would provide education to underprivileged children. "This is for you, sir," Michael said. "Because of you, I learned the importance of giving back. I want children like me to have opportunities, to feel hope, to believe that someone cares. Your kindness taught me that." The tears welled up in Mr. Reed's eyes. The teacher had always believed in the potential of his students, but witnessing this act of gratitude and the chain of good it had started left him speechless. He had never imagined that a pair of shoes could grow into something so monumental. Michael's gesture didn't just stop there. He ensured that Mr. Reed would be celebrated and recognized for his dedication to teaching. He funded programs in the teacher's honor, provided resources for underfunded schools, and started initiatives to empower educators to make a difference. Through Michael's vision, the world saw the importance of educators who invest not just in lessons, but in the hearts of their students. The story of Michael and Mr. Reed is a timeless reminder that no act of kindness is ever too small. What might seem like a simple gesture, a pair of shoes, a helping hand, or a word of encouragement, can inspire someone to reach unimaginable heights. The ripples of our actions extend far beyond what we can see, shaping lives in ways we may never fully comprehend. It also teaches us about gratitude. True gratitude is not merely saying thank you. It is living a life that honors the gifts we receive, carrying forward the kindness and generosity we experience into the lives of others. Michael's return to Mr. Reed was not just a thank you, it was a living testament to the lasting power of compassion. As we reflect on this story, we realize that life is full of moments where we can choose to make a difference. We might not always know the impact of our actions, but kindness, no matter how small, can plant seeds that grow into forests of hope, opportunity, and inspiration. Imagine if each of us carried a piece of this lesson with us every day. What if we took time to notice those in need, to help without expecting anything in return, and to remember the profound impact of our choices? The world would be filled with stories of transformation, gratitude, and humanity at its best. Michael and Mr. Reed's story reminds us that success is not measured merely by wealth, status, or accolades, but by the lives we touch, the hearts we inspire, and the legacy of compassion we leave behind. A single act of generosity can echo through time, creating opportunities, changing destinies, and reminding us of the beauty of human connection. So, the next time you have the chance to help someone, even in the smallest way, remember Michael and Mr. Reed. Remember that kindness matters. Remember that you may never see the full impact of your actions, but that does not make them any less powerful. Every act of love, support, and generosity has the potential to change a life forever. From a pair of worn-out shoes to a private jet, from a humble classroom to a world-class school, this story captures the essence of human resilience, the transformative power of gratitude, and the extraordinary potential hidden within every act of kindness. It reminds us all that no gesture is too small and no heart too young or too old to make a difference. Thank you for watching Heartwarming updates. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Spread kindness, cherish the teachers in your life, and remember that even the smallest acts can create ripples that last a lifetime. Stay inspired, stay compassionate, and never underestimate the power of a good deed.